Help pricing a home correctly. Hi, I'm Sheila Cox. Let's talk about pricing houses when you're trying to sell a house. This is a little confusing for people, but the first thing I want to say is we do not use Zestimates to price homes, especially in the Houston area. If you go to Zillow.com/Sestimate, and you could just Google Sestimate accuracy, even on Zillow's own website, they only give themselves a 1 star for accuracy in the Houston area. And that's actually for the entire, I think, the whole state of Texas. And that's because Texas is a non-disclosed state. Sales data on homes is not a matter of public record, and therefore Zillow and all these other websites can't get that information, and therefore they can't give you good estimates. So in other states it may be more accurate, other cities it may be more accurate, but in Houston even Zillow only gives them 1 star. So we do not use estimates, don't even go there. A lot of you guys may be from out of state and are used to using estimates, and I'm just going to tell you now, even Zillow admits that they're not accurate. So let's talk about how sellers want to price a home. And I understand this. I've been a homeowner multiple times. I've sold multiple homes. And the way we want to price a home is what we paid for it, plus what we put into it with updates and maintenance. And we want to capture all our closing costs, and we want to make a little money because we're buying that new house that costs a little bit more. And so that's how we would like to price the home, right? So, but unfortunately, that's not how you can price a home. Or that's not the way appraisers are going to price a home. And it's very important for us always to keep in mind that it's actually not totally up to the seller or the listing agent or the buyer or the buyer's agent. The fact of the matter is, last year, the National Association of Realtors did an in-depth study, and they asked home buyers, if they had to finance their home or not. And what they found is anywhere between 67 and 97% of home buyers have to finance the home they purchase. So they have to get a loan from a lender to buy the home. Now, lenders see the loan on your house as an investment. They don't want to invest more than it's worth. So what they're going to do is send an appraiser out to your home and have an appraiser, a neutral third-party person, evaluate the market conditions and the sales prices in your area to come up with a value for your property. And your house has to appraise in order for the buyer to get the loan, unless the buyer can come up with the difference. If the sales price on a house is $400,000 and the lender's appraiser appraises it at $350,000, then there's a $50,000 gap there that somebody's going to have to come up with to do that deal. And most buyers are not going to be willing to do that, and they might not even have the money to do that. So it's very important to understand how homes are appraised when pricing the property. So listing agents do not set prices. And sometimes homeowners get mad at listing agents when we're just telling you what the market's telling us. So the market sets the price because it shows what buyers have been willing to pay for comparable homes in the past 6 months. So let's talk about what comparable means. You'll always hear real estate agents talking about comps. What are the comps? And comps is short for comparables. And comparable means a home in the same neighborhood or close proximity that's approximately the same size in square foot, plus or minus 300 square feet, with the same amenities like a pool or outdoor kitchen, the same type of lot, like waterfront lots cost more than a regular lot, and golf course lots may cost have a premium on them also. So different types of lots can have different types of values. And you also want homes approximately the same age and condition. Now condition can be subjective, so that's a little bit harder to deal with. But a comp is a home in the same neighborhood, plus or minus 300 square feet, the same amenities, lot type, and condition, and also the same number of bedrooms and baths and so forth. So let me show you how a lender appraises your home and how I appraise your home. This is the correct way to appraise your home. And as we find 3 to 5 homes that sold in your area in the last 6 months, and we take their sales price, not their list price, their sales price. A lot of home sellers get confused. They go, oh, the house across the street was sold for $400,000. No, it listed at $400,000. When I go in the MLS and look at my data, I'll find out it actually closed for $380, for example. So what you see as a list price is usually not the same as the sales price. So we get in the MLS and find out the actual sales prices, and then we make adjustments. It's really rare that you're ever going to find 3 to 5 homes that are exactly the same in the same neighborhood. I guess on a cookie cutter neighborhood, if you are in a townhome community or maybe a condo, that that may be possible, but for single family homes, generally speaking, we're going to have to make adjustments for extra bedrooms, extra bathrooms, whether or not there's a larger garage. I mean, a 3-car garage is worth more than a 2-car garage. Does the property have a water view? Does the property have a swimming pool? And there's always going to be slight variations in the square footage. By the way, square footage is not a dollar for dollar adjustment. We have certain formulas that we use for square footage adjustments, so they're not dollar for dollar. So what we do is we take the comps, 3 to 5 comps, we take the sales price of them, we make adjustments based on how they're different from your home, and then we come up with adjusted prices. Then we average those adjusted prices to get the most likely price for your home. And that is how you properly price a home. Now, it gets a lot more complicated than that because there are no set values for how much those adjustments should be. You know, in some areas, an extra bedroom may be worth $15,000. In some areas, or in a luxury neighborhood, it may be worth $20,000. In some regions of the country, it may be worth more or less as well. Also, different amenities like water view properties. A water view lot in one neighborhood may be worth a lot more. Like a water view lot in a high-end luxury neighborhood is going to be worth a lot more, have a much higher premium than a water view lot in a regular neighborhood. So there's also variances there. And unfortunately, there is no published book on what these adjustments should be. Only like really experienced agents that pay attention learn these numbers through experience. I mean, like I analyze almost every appraisal I can ever get a hold of to watch and see how the appraisers in my area are adjusting for properties. And so that leads me into some bad news, and that's what's not adjusted. Okay, and what you did not notice to be adjusted there is the paint, the flooring, the countertops, light fixtures, landscaping, appliances, window treatments, and custom built-ins. A lot of homeowners, you know, spend a lot of money on reflooring their property or adding granite countertops or really fancy appliances. And I hate to tell you this, guys, but I've never, ever, ever in the hundreds, you know, appraisals I've ever seen, I've never seen appraisers adjust for those items. Now, they may do some quality adjustment overall. I mean, because obviously if, you know, all the comps we pull are old, outdated houses and your house is totally remodeled and has been gutted and remodeled, then the appraiser is going to make an adjustment for that. But by and large, they do not do individual adjustments because your home has granite countertops and the other homes do not. So that's the bad news. Now, even with high-end things like new HVAC systems and new roofs and water heaters and all that, those are not usually adjusted either, guys, not in a lender's appraisal. I hate to tell you that. And I think it's just because, you know, appraisers expect you to have a good roof and a good HVAC system. I mean, that's just part of the house. So those are not generally adjusted either and do not add dollar for dollar value to your home. Now, I will say that those items will probably help you sell your home faster because even if they're not adjusted in an appraisal, they are appealing to home buyers. So if you do have a newer roof or you do have a new HVAC system and none of the other houses that you're competing against have those items, then it will help you sell faster. But it doesn't mean that you're going to get a higher price. And so I want to tell you that right now. Appraisers do not generally, I mean, you might get an exception here or there, but generally they don't adjust for that. So that's how we price houses, and it's very important to get price right in the beginning because it is a tried and truism in real estate that you're going to get the most activity the first couple of weeks you list your house. And I've seen it over and over and over again. If you're going to get 90% of your overall listings, even if your house is on the market for a year, I almost guarantee you're going to get the largest chunk of showings the first couple of weeks. So if you don't get an offer in the first couple of weeks, that means the price is not right or there's something else going on, either the condition or the appearance of the home. So if you price a home correctly, you're going to get a lot of activity the first couple of weeks and you should get an offer. And it's important to get that correct at the beginning because one thing that home buyers never ever say, hey, this house has been on the market for 6 months. Let's offer a top dollar. Nobody ever says that. And you know, you don't say that either. You're never going to walk into a home and like it, find out it's been on the market for a year and then offer them full list price or more. So it's very important to get that price at the beginning because the longer a house sits on the market, the lower the sales price. when houses sit on the market for a long time, buyers know, and it becomes what we call stigmatized, and everybody starts wondering what's wrong with it. So you price too high, your house sits on the market for a long time, it gets stigmatized, and then you're going to end up with a much lower sales price. So it's important for us to price that home correctly at the very beginning.